Okay, so I already have my face makeup done. I also did my eyes and everything so that we can concentrate on the contouring in this video. But I want to let you guys know quickly what I used for my face, and the foundation that I used was Essence, of course, and it's the Pure Nude makeup, and I have it in the shade 10 Pure Beige. I love this foundation. I have raved about it for so long, ever since it came out, and I use this almost every day. So if you want to see a full in-depth review on this product, I will link that in the description box as well as on the screen, so you can have a look at that and we can jump straight into the contouring. So Essence recently came out with some new darker foundations, and specifically in the matte mousse, soft touch mousse range. So I'm excited to show you guys how this turns out as you use it as a contouring product. So I have tried this and I absolutely loved how it turned out. It made my skin look so porcelain-like and so defined. So I'm very excited to share this with you. So the product that I'm going to be using as my cream base for my contour is the Soft Touch Mousse makeup from Essence, and this is in the shade Matte Mahogany, and it's a beautiful like bronzy shade. So I think this will be perfect if you have like light to medium skin tone, so you can just use this in your contouring areas to just define your face a little bit more. So I'm going to take this on a brush. I think I'm just going to swirl it, and then I'm going to apply the tiniest bit. You want to be very careful with this, because the first time that I tried it, I went a little bit overboard with it and it didn't turn out as nice. So basically, if you're not familiar with contouring, it's basically just bringing back the areas that you want to, how can I explain it? So basically, bringing back the areas of your cheekbones, your forehead, so that the inner part of your face is highlighted. So that means just beneath the cheekbones, your temples, and then I want to put a little bit on my jawline as well. And then on the, I think I'm going to use a different brush for the nose. Yeah, just going to put it there. I actually didn't want to use this brush because it is discontinued, but I'm sure you can find it on some other websites. If I do find it, I will link it in the description box. But the brush that I'm going to use is like an oval brush. So these are oval brush dupes from Switch Beauty. I have a discount code if you want 10% off all products that are not on sale. So my code is Jessica. If you want to use that, you are more than welcome to. I will have a link in the description box as well. So this is basically just an oval brush that's like a linear or angled brush. So I'm just going to dip a little bit of the product, my brush, into the product, and then I'm going to go alongside my nose. Okay, so now that the bronzing product is on our skin, I just want to do some highlighting. So the product that I'm going to use for highlighting is another Essence product, because I like to keep my Essence videos all Essence based. So the concealer that I'm going to use is the Essence Pure Nude. So it goes hand in hand with the foundation that we used. I have it in the shade Pure Beige, and it's just a little stick concealer. I also did a review on this. I will link that in the description box. So I'm just going to put this under my eyes in a triangular shape. So this will just brighten up the inner part of our face and just makes us look a little bit more skinnier and, you know, bright and awake and defined. So I'm going to do it on the forehead as well, down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and then I want to go a tiny bit under that contour, because if you do that, your contour that you did will just stand out much more and just look much more defined than it already was. So to blend this out, I'm going to use a beauty blender or a beauty sponge. You don't have to use this, you can use a brush. But basically I just want to spray it with a little bit of the Essence Keep It Perfect Makeup Fixing Spray, just to dampen that a little bit. And then I'm going to start, I think, with the lighter shade. So I'm just going to use bouncing motions and blend this out. So I'm blending the outer part of the concealer. I'm not going too into the closest part of my eye because I want to blend that with my finger. So I'm just going to do the other side as well, and then I'll show you what I mean. Oh, I forgot to put a little bit on my chin. So just a little bit on the chin, and then just blend that out. Okay, and then as I mentioned, I'm going to go close to my eye with my finger. Because this beauty blender is quite large, it doesn't allow you to go close to the eye. And sometimes when I use my beauty blender to go close to the eye to blend my concealer, sometimes I ruin my eye makeup, so I just prefer my finger, and the warmth of your finger will melt a little bit of that concealer into your skin, so it'll just give it a more of a natural look. And then with the nose as well, I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. Okay, so that is the concealer done. So I'm going to take my beauty blender and just spray it a little bit more with the makeup fixing spray. And then I'm going to just squeeze it. And then I'm going to blend that out. So when you blend out your concealer, the light and the darker shades, I suggest that you do the lightest part first, as I did, because if you use the same tools and if you don't have a lot of makeup brushes, you can kind of just blend all of the products together, and then it's just pointless to do the whole contouring process. So I blended out the light part first, the highlighting areas, and then I went in with the contour. So this product is pretty pigmented, as I mentioned, so you need to be very light-handed with this, but if you want to add a little bit more, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more because I want a little bit more of a deeper and darker contour. So what I noticed with this product and any makeup in general, you can always add on, but you can never take away. So again, I'm just going to blend that out with my beauty blender. Okay, so now that everything's blended, I like to set my face. So under my eyes, my forehead, and my chin, which is the lighter parts of your skin or where you did your highlighting, I'm going to use a translucent powder. And then the contouring zones, I'm going to use the Essence Mattifying Compact Powder. And this is in the shade 50 True Caramel. And it's just a beautiful, like, bronzy matte color. And it is a foundation powder. So it is a compact powder for darker foundations and darker skin tones, but I figured we can use this as a bronzer. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that product, tap off the excess, and then I'm just going to set the areas where we applied the darker foundation. So if you don't like the combination of a cream and a powder product on your skin and you feel that it's a little bit drying on your skin, then it's fine. You can just use the compact powder on its own. It's very pigmented and it'll give you that same effect. To set the inner parts of my face, I'm going to use the Essence Stale Day Translucent Powder. I have talked about this in my beauty haul that I will also link down below. It's just a no color translucent powder, so it's a loose powder. And I'm going to use this in my highlighting areas to just brighten up that area and just keep me matte and oil free all day. So I'm going to take my beauty blender and just dab it into the product, and then I'll just place that in the areas where I did the highlighting under my eyes, my forehead and my chin, and a little bit on my nose. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to dedicate an entire video to just answer a bunch of your questions